this segment's going to be called
BJ's Retirement Fund.
Comics, cards, and collectibles we thought were going to make us rich when we were kids. Because that encompasses a lot more than just baseball cards. That could be any kind of card or anything. But I had baseball cards, and I had several that I thought were like, man, I got this. Like, there's no way. So we're going to start with Frank Thomas rookie card here. And I don't think this is worth anything. If it is, if any of these are out there worth anything, if anybody's watching this, holler. But I think every time I look these up, it's like, oh yeah, that could be worth $10 if you get it graded for 30. So I mean, why?
Why am I getting it graded?
Why am I? Yeah. So, but yeah, like back then, if they slapped two, and I've got several of these, if they slapped the draft pick decal on there, or here's Tim Salmon's rated rookie card. Like if they slapped the rated rookie on there, it was like, oh, I got to put that one away. That one's going to be worth whatever.
I don't even know who Tim Salmon is.
He was around for a little bit, but yeah, he was obviously he didn't pan out.
All right,
I mean,
so
this card's
rookie
sure
card. I remember Upper Deck was like the high class of baseball cards when I was a kid.
Yep.
Like if you didn't, I bought those fucking Fleer that were yellow.
Yeah.
Because I could afford those. I couldn't afford Upper Deck, and if I got Upper Deck, I felt like I was pure class. Greg Vaughn.
That was another one, and yeah, again, that one, Greg Vaughn was all touted because they slapped that rookie thing on all of his cards, where it's like, oh, this guy's gonna be great, and well, I don't
think anyone who came from Milwaukee was ever great.
I don't think Greg Vaughn ever really panned out, but
another person from the 1984 United States baseball team, Billy Swift.
So I got a story about that. So there was a Mark McGwire in that set that at the time when we were kids was like the holy grail of rookie cards or whatever else, whatever, the Mark McGwire, and it used to be worth a ton. And I think I saw it on eBay for like $2 recently. Like, so nothing. I mean, they inflated the market, but I remember getting that and be like, wow, I was so excited whatever pack I opened up, and then it was Billy Swift, and I'm like, oh, Billy Swift. I was hoping it was Mark McGwire. So I'm going to do this. This was my favorite baseball player growing up as a kid. And this card I remember as a kid being worth money, and it's probably worth 50 cents now. It was Eric Davis's rookie card.
Once again, never heard of him.
You never heard of Eric Davis? No, yeah. So he was big on the Reds for a handful of years. He got injured a bunch, or he would have been. He was actually really, really good, but he got injured a ton. But yeah, another example, I remember this card being like out of my price range, like, oh my God, I can't afford that when I was a kid. And getting it later when it was a little bit cheaper. Now I get like all of them, they're all worth 50 cents. So yeah, that one's worth nothing.
Juan Gonzalez.
Yeah, Juan Gonzalez.
I actually like the borders of these cards. These Don Russ. Was it 90? Don Russ 90 cards.
They made so many of those cards. There was that one, and there was the year before, like it was like the blue outline.
Then you got the Juan Gonzalez 1990 Upper Deck rookie.
That one I remember too being like this sought after big card. Like, you remember Beckett, right? Where I had Beckett the price guide and stuff.
Oh, I had to get them all the time to check see how much my whatever oh my God, I can't remember. There was some pitcher, or no, it wasn't pitcher. Maybe it was some Hank Aaron set that came out. Maybe I can't remember what it was. It was like 5 cards to the set, and I thought it was like gold. And I'd always get Beckett's to check the price of it. I'm like, I'm gonna be rich. Don't know where that. It's probably in a landfill now.
Anytime Donruss did this to the Diamond Kings within the pack, you were like, oh, I got a Diamond King, because they had, whatever these were inserted, whatever. And I don't know if any of them are. I doubt any of them. Nothing from the late 80s and 90s worth anything. But I've got a zillion of these too. Like, yeah, I probably have 100 of these Ken Griffey ones. So.
Growing up, this dude was everyone's favorite. Jim Thome.
A couple Jim Thome rookie cards in there, and I was just flipping through that set. I've got like 8 of those, I think. I'm sure they're worth nothing.
There's a couple in here.
Yeah.
I think 2.
There were several more. I'm going through, like, sipping through. I'm like, geez, oh man, I got a zillion Jim Thome.
But everyone loved, anyone who watched baseball liked Jim Thome. Like, no one hated that dude. Like, in the 90s, like, everyone was like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, Jim Thome. Him and Kenny Lofton.
I saw him in the early, this would have been like 2006 or 7 when I was a sports editor. I saw him hit batting. I was on, like, standing next to the cage when he was just hitting home runs in batting practice because I got a field pass, whatever.
Yeah.
Which was cool. But, yeah, he just he's beating balls to the upper deck for speaking of
I'm gonna save this one card for last.
other former Indians, so this one, I don't know if I had this one sitting out in the sun or what, or these hard cases all get brown, whatever. But Joey Bell
I don't remember.
became Albert Bell. Don't you remember?
Oh my God! Why did he change his name?
I don't know. I have his autograph as Joey Bell too on something.
Oh really?
I'm sure it's not worth that either.
It might be worth. Maybe it's worth more.
Where he signed it Joey, but yeah, the infamous for. You remember the dude who went to tag him on a double play? And he just jacked him. Like he's ran him, like literally just like shoved the guy down.
I remember. He did they did a bobblehead of him. It was a giveaway, and I went to that bobblehead night. It sat in my closet for I don't know how many years, and I went to give them to my aunt because my aunt was selling bobbleheads. She goes, "You don't want to give these to me." I was like, "Why?" Then she showed me. I go, "Oh Jesus Christ!" They were going for like $80 a piece, and I got them for free just for going to that. I never thought they would be worth anything. I did not know they were worth anything, but I ended up selling them. And that's when I found out there's a lot of bobbleheads worth some money.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite Kmart card, 1988 Dream Team Greg Jeffries. That's right. We're just going to call him Triple G because who needs that many G's in their name of Greg?
Greg Jeffries was another one of those guys where like
It's this Kmart rookie card.
he showed up on everything and he never did anything. Like I don't know, like there was a bunch of players like that where like suddenly they would have like they'd be on Dream Team cards or they'd be rated rookies or they would be whatever the hell or Topps All-Star rookies and they would have like little symbols on their cards and you think like, oh man, this guy's gonna be great. And Greg Jeffries didn't do shit. He did nothing. Like there was a zillion guys like that.
Well, there's this guy who I never heard of. Draft pick number 1, Angels, Jim Abbott.
He had one hand.
Wait, what?
He was the guy that had one hand. He was
Is that the guy you talked about?
I saw him play in Youngstown. He played at Pemberton Field when I was a kid. I remember, but he was there. But yeah, he had one hand, so he would throw, then he'd flip his glove. He threw a no hitter in the majors. He wasn't a great major league pitcher. He was around for a little bit, but I think he has a kid that's in the majors, or I'm pretty sure he has a kid that's in the majors that's been playing in the majors. But yeah, he was famous because he had one hand.
Oh wow, didn't know that.
Yeah. This is another dude that was all whatever. I think this guy's actually in the Hall of Fame, though, is Ivan Rodriguez rookie card. Which, again, I don't know if this is worth anything. It's probably not. This is none of
the Reds' Topps All-Star rookie card of Chris Sabo.
Yeah, Chris Sabo had, like, he was I'm a diehard Reds fan, so yeah, he was rookie of the year, and he was real good that first year that they won the World Series in 1990, and then he just sucked after that. He was out of the league within 2 years. He took a nosedive.
This guy made everyone like the Braves for that short period of time in the early 90s. Dave Justice.
Oh, yeah. Dave Justice cards, those were highly sought after. You got a Dave Justice in the pack.
I don't know why, but I was obsessed with this dude when he started playing in the 90s, and then I thought it was so awesome too. He was on an episode of Married with Children. Mike Piazza.
And that's Donruss, I think, 93 or whatever. So that's just, again, a rated rookie thing on there. And they made so many of those cards. And I remember my dad getting us boxes of those cards. Like, I have so many of those whatever that year. They made so many of them. I've got like 15 of those Mike Piazza cards.
He had like the best perm in the MLB. He had like a mullet perm.
Mike Piazza rookies again. Yeah, it's worth it.
Oh, here's one of your Diamond Kings. This is a Carlos Baerga.
Mm-hmm.
You bought that for a steal of 50 cents.
50 cents, Carlos Baerga. So yeah, apparently I needed it back in the day.
Do you remember where you bought it?
I don't remember. I remember going to card shows every once in a while though, and like buying baseball cards at baseball card shows, and then also, that's where I mentioned last time. Hot Shots, which was next to New York Music in Boardman, sold cards I think too. They sold comics and cards. There was a couple within. I remember growing up. There was a couple in downtown Columbiana. There was a sports card shop too. I can't remember what the hell it was called. It wasn't open very long either. But yeah,
one of the most controversial cards. Froggy Flips collects these, but he will only collect the unedited one.
Yeah, that's the edited one. So that one's worth nothing. The Bill Ripken.
The Bill Ripken. A lot of people. Some of you may know. Some people may not know, there's a black bar or a black piece of tape or whatever on the bottom of his bat because the bottom of his bat said "fuckface."
there's versions of the card that have it on there. Where
so the ones that say "fuckface" are worth something.
Yeah, they went in and touched that up for later versions of the card. But yeah, so yeah,
because the one card I always remembered about, and I wanted it so bad as a kid, was the Frank Thomas card of him in the dugout giving the finger.
Yeah.
I wanted that card so bad as a kid.
This was one of my favorite cards as a kid growing up, and this one might actually be worth a couple bucks, but Bernie Kosar's rookie card.
He's doing some did you see he's doing like a tour of Ohio?
Is he?
I was like, I kind of want to go. It's like a Q&A stand-up thing.
I'd love to get him to sign this card for me, but I don't think that'd probably cost me money. He would probably charge me for that.
It'd probably make the price of the card go down.
$50, kid. And now, all right, so I'm going to bring out what this was going to be my retirement portfolio when I was 10 years old, right? I got this. I'm like, this dude, his cards are going to be worth so much. And then I had this limited edition set that I bought of him. So, Jose Canseco. So this was a set that came with this little...
I didn't even know that was a thing.
This little book. So the set came with Jose Canseco and Jose Canseco's talking baseball card.
Oh my God!
You could put on a record player and listen to Jose Canseco.
You can listen to him barely talk.
So yeah, I mean, I've never tried to play this, but so yeah, there's that, and then
have you looked it up?
I've not looked this up. So this set, I don't think this set's worth anything, but yeah. So
what's it called? Jose Canseco what?
Talking baseball card. But yeah, so this was just a set, we're just limited edition Jose Canseco, right? These green cards, where it's just a bunch of different, again, pictures of Jose Canseco. It's all the same card. But then it also came with the Jose Canseco story booklet. And then, yeah, I just put the rest of my Jose Canseco cards in here. So, the one that everybody was after... or the couple that everybody were after were these ones. So he had 2 Donruss cards in 87. This Topps one was everybody had this card or wanted this card, or when you got one of these in the pack, you were like, oh my God, I got a Jose Canseco rookie card.
You're like, oh my God, I got that Dream Team card of him no shirt on.
Right. That too from Score. Thanks, Score. I think the whole line of this whole Dream Team set was just the dudes without their shirts on. I'm pretty sure.
It looks like a Calvin Klein ad.
I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of these Dream Team cards from that set, and they're all shirtless. Why?
Because they reused them for Calvin Klein ads.
I got a good idea. Let's do whatever. But yeah, so Jose Canseco.
Oh, mind you, I looked on eBay. None of those have sold recently.
Yeah. So yeah, if anybody out there knows if this set, although my booklet's ripped, so
it had so much love.
It did. I think
that's also back in the time where everyone loved the A's, because you had Jose Canseco and you had Ricky Henderson, who led baseball in the most stolen bases.
Ricky Henderson, yeah. I mean, the A's were, because again, I'm a Reds fan my whole life. So the Reds won this World Series in 1990. They swept the Oakland A's, and the Oakland A's were supposed to sweep the Reds. Everybody thought the A's were going to kill them, and the Reds just. Yeah, they wiped the floor with them in four games. So, but yeah, Jose Canseco was on the team. Dave Stewart was the one, their main pitcher. Dennis Eckersley was their reliever. Walt Weiss was I could just sit here and name 80s baseball players all day, but yeah,
I can't name anyone who plays baseball now.
Now I'm not so good now. If it's not the Reds or Guardians, I pretty much don't know. but yeah, back then I knew everybody.
But do you have more cards at home?
Oh, I have plenty more. This is just round 1. So yeah, more cards, more other random. Yeah, we'll see what else other random crap I pull out of the closet that I thought was going to be worth something. But yeah, I'll bring it in.